Well, welcome back to Building the Chippewas. It is indeed the preseason of 2027. Custom schedules I think we did do last time. I think this is where we scheduled Michigan State. It is so to be fair, we did not schedule Michigan State on our own. They were in here, and then they stole all of our recruits in the last cycle. So, a little bit of a revenge game, even though we're certainly probably going to lose. Michigan State starting the season ranked 22nd, it appears. You also have Memphis, FCS Southeast, and Wyoming. I think some winnable conference games, especially because we should have a fairly decent team. But we are going to set up our recruiting board here for 2027 and head to the prospect list. So, we're going to go by position. Now, I don't know, after how bad it went when we did this a year ago, if we can try and land any 4 stars. Ooh, quarterback is actually listed as a need. Interesting. There's a 4-star athlete, Gage Bronze, Scrambler. He's from Georgia, though. That's not exactly ideal. Are there any recommended quarterbacks? Yes, but none that are higher than a 3-star. Don't want to mess around with the 1-star and Kyle Horner. Keelan St. Clair 2-star improviser is a little interesting. 5'11", 200 pounds. Oh, boy. Well, then I think we're going to want to add at least one of those recommended guys. Probably bring in a couple quarterbacks in this class, but we're certainly going to have a go at one of these 4 stars. Now, they're both scramblers, which is not exactly what I'm after. In fact, they're all scramblers. So this guy's deal breaker's proximity to home. We're right at that. What? Playing time. Ooh. Leon Kearns might have to be the guy then, because we can definitely give him the playing time he's after. And then proximity to home for Millard. So, yeah, I think Leon Kearns is going to be the 4-star quarterback we're going to go after. And then let's head back into recommended and go find at least a 3-star that I think we're going to have a good chance at. Now, all the ones for Michigan are not really going to be players I'm going to want to go after here. Brett Bragg, Josh Schultz, Duke Caton. Why is he not going to Duke? All right. Well, they're all improvisers, though, so that's interesting. New York, New Jersey, New York, or Ohio for the 3 stars here. We could go any state and just look for 3-star prospects. Take a shot at some other ones. I'm sorry, Wade McGoulahan? Is that's a name. We got a Lloyd Schlesinger, 3-star athlete out of New York. Okay. These guys don't have deal breakers at all. Okay. Nick Griggs is a field general. However, a JUCO player. Would be good for immediate impact, but I don't know if we're necessarily going to need that. Chad Lemons, 3-star out of Florida. Lawrence Apple. James Van Dyke. We'll add him to the board. Running back, is that a need? Apparently, yes, it is. We do have a 3-star in-state, Nick Tyree. Going to be competing with Michigan and Michigan State on him, of course. But we'll give that a go. Now, the good news is that we already have a 4-star recruit on this team. Hopefully, we keep him happy. Hopefully, Jose Ortega does stay for a couple seasons. I'm going to try and make that happen. So we don't have to be too aggressive on running backs. £234 power back. I actually never really looked at what type Ortega was. Only one 3-star running back in the state of Michigan. Well, we're gonna give it a go on Tyree and see where that gets us. Getting to the point that we're gonna want to start looking at fullbacks again. We got a couple 3-star fullbacks here. What about any state? Not really super worried about the competition for fullbacks. But I mean, not really a reason not to go after Evan Brutus here. Blocking fullback, in-state. He'll be our guy. Receivers listed as a need. Recommended. DeAndre Rawls. Sure, we'll add him. Greg DeVries. Alright, interesting. And then out of state, we do have one 4-star on our recommended board. In Warren Griffin. Sure, that'll be our 4-star receiver target. Ooh, tight end's also listed as a need. No, we don't need to mess around with that. Zach St. John. Alright, well, let's find a 4-star. Texas. West Virginia. Does this guy have a deal breaker? Yep, but we're above it. And another 4-star down here. We're above his deal breaker as well. Let's get some action in on Jordan Stick. Offensive line, always going to be a need. Amari Hicks, in-state. That's good news. Wait. Yeah, okay, there we go. He's targeted. Good. Guard. Man, we need everything. Now, this Bernard Everett is out of state, but we're 5th on his board, so he is from Wisconsin, so good chance for us. Oh, God, everything's a need. Everything. We're going to go through here and add in a 4-star at every position of need. Now, we're probably not going to get him, but we can certainly try. Melvin Hurt. I like it. Ooh, actually, Richard Barksdale here. 4-star from New Jersey, but we're 9th on his board right now, so, hey, that's good news. We'll add 2 of them, I guess. We don't need a defensive tackle for the first time in this dynasty. Well then, outside linebacker. There's one 4-star. He actually is from Michigan, though. So, okay, that's good. Andy Shelley. Should be able to get some work done on that. See how that goes. Sam Warrior out of Iowa. And he's the only middle linebacker we can try and get. Corner. Any from Michigan? No. Delvin Flanagan. And we'll throw Eric Hepburn in this as well. Safety? Not listed as a need, so we can avoid that. At least free safety. Strong safety is only 4 stars that are going to consider us from North Carolina and South Carolina, interestingly enough. Pierre Lemur. Sounds good. Kicker, we should be okay. There's not 4 stars there anyway. Alright, so now back through this. And go through 3-star prospects. Really gonna get a little aggressive on the out-of-state recruiting here. Which is probably a mistake, but you never know. Now, let's head to our recruiting board. I think I already added 2 quarterbacks. We did. Where did we leave off? I don't think we got much farther than running back. Nope, we did receiver. We left off at tight end. Trying to set up our initial recruiting board here. So then let's go into 3-star prospects. All right. Maybe not. Maybe we'll go recommended. 1-star, 1-star, 1-star. The only ones that are considering us at the moment. Now, this one's listed as an athlete. That's interesting. You know what? Give a crack at that guy. Offensive tackle. Need to add a 3-star to our board. Dylan Bragg is going to be the one, I think. 290, 308. Yeah, we'll go with Dylan Bragg, a little bit more size. Guard. Oh, this is all over the place. So we've already targeted the 4-star that was considering us. There's no 3-stars that are, so we've got to go down. Let's see, Florida, Illinois. Not too far out of state. Center. Illinois again, Nick Foster. Defensive end. Now, there are a bunch of in-state defensive ends on our recommended board. However, a good chunk of them are 1-stars, and we don't want to consider those. Jake Odell, 3-star. He's out of Wisconsin. So is that one. Another athlete, Martin Rooks. We're 3rd on his board already. 3-star, listed as a defensive end. 6'5", 267 out of Petoskey. Okay. We haven't seen many players coming out of northern Michigan here. That's interesting. We knew it was in the game. I'm just waiting for the inevitable time in Dynasty where I do find a recruit from my town. I know it's in the game, so. Now we head to... Actually, we don't head to defensive tackle. We didn't need that. Outside linebackers, once again, we gotta kind of get a little aggressive. Go with some guys that aren't really looking at us right now. Shaq James, just because that name screams star. 3-star corners. Got a couple St. John's here. Tavares Eagles. Okay, well, he's got to come here. No, realistically, he's got to go to Eastern. Silas Williamson, Marquise Flowers, add a couple in there. We're at 27 targets. Didn't need any free safeties. We do need to go after a 3-star strong safety. Now, I've seen a lot of Mustard in the game. A lot of people with the last name Mustard. Brian Mastrid. Mustard misspelled. Thad Poole, Mitch Clemens. Go with Enrique Minnis just because he's close on that deal breaker, and that's going to be our initial recruiting board. So 28 of a 35 potential targets. We will likely offer scholarships to all these guys. We're Central Michigan. I mean, three stars. Landing any 3-star would be a good thing for us. So even if they turn out to be a little bit ass. Yeah, I'm not spending much time with scouting these players. Simply because it only really... Like, yeah, it reveals attributes and things like that, but the boom or bust thing is just dev trait. Which I think we've been doing a pretty good job of without it. I feel like we've recruited better since we stopped caring. All right, so first order of business now that the recruiting board is set was to offer scholarships. We've already done that. And can we not? I'm gonna, oh, right. We're so early on in this that, yeah, all we can do is offer him scholarships. So everyone's been offered, all 28 players. So we're gonna move on. So now we get into our first real look at scouting here. What are we thinking? Now, how did we do this last time? I think we left ourselves enough points on these guys that we can spend 65 hours on to potentially try and sway them, but soft sell them if that's what's going to be more advantageous. So what we're going to do is spend 35 points on, hopefully, I don't know if we have enough to do it on all of the 4 stars we targeted, but we're going to try. At least on the ones that we can. Because that's what I feel like went wrong for us last year, was that we waited too long on all the 4 stars to really get any interest from them early on. And then by the time that we got around to them, they'd already locked us out. 190 hours left. I only just got into the defense, so we're going to see if we have enough here. I think it might be a little bit tight, but at least we didn't need everything on the defensive side of the ball. Yeah. But I am seeing a really encouraging thing that we are currently able to spend 65 hours on everyone we've looked at. Oh, we only have 15 hours. Okay. Well, we're going to be just a little bit short. We actually got locked out by the 3-star. Already named as top 8. I don't even think we were even close. Alexander Boyce will not be coming, so we're going to want to add another prospect at the offensive guard position. 3-star, let's go Shamir Lewis. So he'll be down here at the bottom of the board. We're going to want to offer him a scholarship. And then, not really sure if there's anything I'm going to want to do right now. And they were all at the bottom of the board, the ones that we didn't, the corners that we never got to, so not good. At least we did get Flanagan some interest in there. But Lemur has gone to... Oh, Shaq James. That hurts. That hurts a lot. I obviously like Taylor Decker re-signing with the Lions. Important player, important piece in the offensive line. Keep that group together, man. They stay healthy. They're a top 3 offensive line in the NFL. Oh, Christ. What? We only have 15 hours this week? Oh, that's not good at all. Well, I mean, where are we going to want to spend 15 points? I guess we'll just go in and throw it on the 3-star quarterback in Van Dyke. That sucks. Well, how bad was it? 30-17. Not exactly ideal, but alas, we move on. Kind of hoping to go like 2-2 in non-conference play. I think the game against Wyoming is going to be a little bit tough. If we lose to FCS Southeast, oh boy. With an 85 overall defense, we lose to FCS Southeast. It's going to be brutal, but... And hey, Michigan State started the season 0-2. They're no longer ranked. So you're saying there's a chance? Ooh, it was a loss, but we certainly gave Michigan State a run for their money. 38-35 as MSU wins their first game of the season. We start the season 0-2, kind of what we expected. Now we head on word salad. Now we head to a game with FCS Southeast, and if we lose this, oh boy, we've lost cabin pressure very early on here in 2027. For fuck's sake, where Why? I mean, now it's good to see that we're in the running on all these guys, but I haven't been able to recruit in 2 weeks. Oh, we lost by 2 to FCS Southeast, man. What are we doing wrong? This is a really stupid time to do this. We're changing playbooks. I don't even know if it matters. We actually can't change our scheme. I'm assuming we can probably only do that in the off season. So this is really our only chance. But now I do like this. 180 plays out of the shotgun, which is where I prefer to be the majority of the time. Well, we're finally able to recruit again, but just not really all that much. Now, we're in a good spot on Leon Kearns. Good spot on James Van Dyke. I'd say we're in a good spot on Nick Tyree. However, Michigan State being up there and giving him an offer is a little bit scary. Good on the fullback. Warren Griffin was the 4-star receiver. I'm going to do this and then also try and sway him. Oh, no, we can't do that, so we got to soft sell him. I got that math wrong. So, let's see. What's it going to be? Is there not one that hits all? Oh, there is. I don't know why coach stability is still down at a D. I mean, this is year 4. We can't get fired, so you'd think that'd be higher. I don't know if I really like doing that, especially focusing on something with a D grade, but we're gonna try. Gotta try something. Jordan Stick, the tight end. We're number 1 on his board. He's got offers from West Virginia and Tennessee. I think we're kind of all set there at the moment. Amari Hicks, the left tackle. We're just going to try and sway him. And hope for the best. We are locked out because of a deal breaker, but at least on Everett here and on Jimmy Session, we're actually leading. So that's interesting. Hopefully that opens back up. We did see that last time around. Ooh. Richard Barksdale was the 4-star defensive end. What can we do? We don't have enough hours to sway, unfortunately. And with how close he is to Syracuse, and he's got a visit scheduled, that ain't good at all. So, I mean, it's not even really worth it to try and just get anything in on him. We're just gonna have to hope that he sits there for a week and doesn't commit to Syracuse. Andy Shelley, currently leading, but offers from a bunch of schools that scare me. Warrior. Flanagan. Let's go do something on some of these 3-stars that we really haven't done anything with yet. We can spend 15 hours on Martin Rooks. We're going to do that just to use up our hours. Well, hey, I never checked this. We just got through our bye. We did indeed beat Wyoming to finish non-conference at 1-3. Not what we were after, but now the important part of our season starts in MAC play, starting it off with Kent State. They're 3-1, though. I don't know. I mean, who knows what their non-conference looked like. Please give me a chunk of hours. Thank you. Yeah, we needed that this week. We could get something going on Leon Kearns. We're trying to sway him on things we're not very good at. So we're gonna need to do something that focuses on playing time. I guess we'll just focus on all those interests and just try and do something. Nick Tyree. We haven't done anything on Tyree yet. But again, we weren't really super worried about him committing. It just would have been a nice thing to have. Feel like we're going to be much better served going with these players that are really going to help us out. I did see the Madden wide receiver ratings. Much happier with that for Amon-Ra than what we've had for him in the past. I mean, I don't even think he was 90, or I think he was like mid-80s when he started last year. All right, sway offer, or sway strategy in on Jordan Stick. Yeah, 95 for Amon-Ra is awesome. 88 last year, yeah, sounds about right. We still got the deal breaker with Bernard Everett, but we're still leading there, although Wisconsin is gaining some interest. We're locked out on Hurt. That was the 4-star. And Barksdale did commit to Syracuse, which we kind of expected, so lost out on every single defensive end prospect that we've been after. Oh, I went right past it. So we're going to have to go back here, focus on a couple 3-stars, and hope for the best here. We're actually pretty close to getting a commit here on Sam Warrior. We haven't done the max of what we can do yet. Branch is an 85. That's solid. I also don't think we have to do like a sway. I think we can just do a soft sell pitch here. We'll try that. Flanagan. Ooh. Not looking very good on Flanagan. We do have the hours to spend on him. We're going to have to try and do everything we possibly can. Now, we can't hard sell. We didn't set ourselves up for that. Easier to sway when part of the proposed pitch matches the recruit's ideal pitch. That's not exactly great. But I don't want to lose out on Flanagan. We already had the other 4-star corner commit somewhere else, and North Carolina is very, very close to getting him. If we can sneak our way into the top 3 past Virginia Tech, who knows? I mean, we just got to try something. We're going to focus on these two and go to proximity to home because we don't know if he's really interested in that, but it's got a good grade. 35 hours left. We have the only offer in on Evan Gammon. Not really worried about that right now. Martin Rooks did commit to Michigan State. It's happening again on that. Spend 35 hours on Kevin Kingsbury. 3-star right outside linebacker. Ho-ho! Our first commit of the year is a 4-star. Sam Warrior. An out-of-state guy, but not too far away, out of Iowa. First recruit. Hopefully that means we won a game. Well, let's hope the MAC Defensive Player of the Week curse hasn't come back. Reminder that in year 2, we won MAC Defensive Player of the Week 3 different times. We didn't win a single game. Now, we broke that last year. Julius Barnett, 1 sack, 2 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. Those numbers aren't that great. We open MAC play with a 3-point loss to Kent State. Could be worse. Hopefully we can go on a run here. Haven't really done anything else on Van Dyke. Gonna spend a little bit on him. Ooh. Now we are about to lose Nick Tyree to Michigan State. Once again, I just don't think that it's really worth our time. We can put all the points we want into this. I think he's going to MSU regardless of what we do. Not looking good on Jordan Stick either. We got jumped by West Virginia. We can have one final run at 4-star outside linebacker Andy Shelley. And we're going to try. We're going to try. Okay, well, at least we did get Sam Warrior. We got somebody on this team. Haven't spent any points yet on Gammon. Athlete, but that he was going to be a tight end. Dylan Bragg. Same sort of deal. Got to start to get something going on these guys farther down the board. Get some interest going in us. We got one that's already committed to Michigan State from down here. That was Rooks. And we actually only have 25 hours left, so we can't do a lot when it comes to Loeffler, but do a little bit of something. Gonna want to add probably some more players to the board here in a little bit. Hey, now that's what we like to see. Not only a win, our second of the season, But a pretty dominant win, 22-7 over the Toledo Rockets. Now it's Northern Illinois. They're sitting at 3-3. Never know. Oh, 130 hours again. I'm just going to get Tyree right off this board. I'm just not even going to put the effort in. We haven't really done anything on Bernard Everett yet. Could at least force the issue here. We do this. He might just name his top 3. That would be good. Same with Jimmy Session. Andy Shelley is gone to Michigan State. Delvin Flanagan. Wanted him, but there just wasn't much else we could do. We actually wound up 5th on the board. He just skipped the... I think he skipped the top 3 entirely. Just went straight to North Carolina. Gammon we just did work on. Locked out there. Oh, I totally forgot about Tavares Eagles. Hopefully we can jump Michigan State on this. Because he's not like, I don't think, super sold on MSU right now. It's pretty low. So, I think we got a chance. Marquise Flowers. Now, this is a player that we should have a little bit of an easier time trying to get over here. It looks like he's mainly recruited by Max School. Nope, I lied. I just saw Bowling Green and thought that. Nope, Michigan State is in there, and they've offered him. So, Spartans have a chance to try and steal another one away from us. Lost to Northern Illinois, and it wasn't even remotely close, really. 34-21. Just ain't happening this season for the Chips. We're going to have to damn near win out to reach a bowl here, and we've got a ranked opponent on the schedule right now in 6-1 Miami of Ohio. Well, the Central Michigan Chippewas needed some good news, and we have a 4-star quarterback commit in Leon Kearns, scrambler out of Oakley, California, on board with the Chippewas. So that's our first 4-star quarterback. Things might be turning around, or he might be overrated. Who knows? Oh, well, this is new. Senior quarterback Tyler Jefferson, MAC Offensive Player of the Week. We don't usually get a lot of those, but almost 300 yards passing, 4 touchdowns to only 1 pick. It sucks he's only going to be around another half season. 175 hours to spend in recruiting. That's just really shocking. I'm wondering if Van Dyke was really sold about the playing time. No, not really. Wasn't super motivated by that. Uh-oh. Michigan State with action on Evan Brutus, the fullback. Didn't really anticipate spending points on a fullback, but I don't want to lose him. DeAndre Rawls. We might just be able to get an instant commit if we just spend a little bit of time on him. Just to get some players in this class. 105 hours left. We're going to give up on Flanagan. We're going to give up on Shelley. We've already got Warrior. Where are we at with the guys that have locked us out here? Still leading on Everett. Still leading on Session. That's good. Okay. Leading on all of these 3-stars down here. Martin Rook, the athlete, we'll let him go. Could probably get a commitment out of DJ Leffler if we just spend a little bit of points here. Kevin Kingsbury. Not a lot we can do. I think I'm going to leave him alone for now. Tavares Eagles. Uh-oh. Well, we made the top 3, but we're 3rd. And we got 2 Big Ten schools to compete with, so it's not looking good there. We're going to have to try and sway when we only know 2 of his 3 interests. But proximity to home is an A, and that's an interest for him, so we can hope. 60 hours left. Not looking very good on Marquise Flowers. We could hard sell him. Not sure if we really need to do that. So now wait a minute. What's the deal with the hard sell? More useful when you know the recruit's ideal pitch or are desperate. Well, we might be a little desperate at this point. Well, do we pitch campus lifestyle or coach stability? I mean, campus lifestyle does have a higher grade. really highly doubt that's where that third interest is. Oh, wait. Oh, no, that only hit one of the interests. All right, well, I guess we're going to go with this. Just give something a try. 20 hours left. We haven't done anything on these guys lower on the board because we haven't been able to recruit half the season, so, yeah. I guess we'll just spend 15 points, go to one of these other guys, any ones that we desperately need to get in on. Markel Roll here. Oh, we haven't even offered him a scholarship yet. Well, there's our hours, and Odell actually still hasn't been offered, but we'll get him next week. Yep, lost to Bowling Green. CMU has to win out to make a bowl game. Didn't make a bowl game last year, and it's trending in that direction this year. 3 games remaining, and Miami of Ohio is ranked number 14. So it's certainly possible to make the playoff from the MAC. It just takes having a crazy season, and we just haven't gotten there yet. Miami, Akron, and Ball State. Ooh, only 70 hours to spend, so we're going to go down towards the bottom of the board, offer a scholarship here to Jake Odell, and then actually head back into the prospect list because our class is dwindling here. I might just add a whole bunch of these 3 stars that are needs. Oh, wait, those were... Uh-oh. I think we were already targeting those guys. 2-star athlete. We don't need to target the 1 stars. Pretty much every 3-star that will consider us. So we'll go with that. Whole bunch of guys on the board now. I think we actually may have unintentionally done the glitchy thing. I think that was what it was. If you take players off the board, your hours reset and you can do it that way. Wasn't my intention. I had said, but I didn't want to do that. So Odell got 85 hours here. I mean, who do we need desperately? Defensive ends, everyone that we've tried has pretty much said no. Now, see, Leffler, yeah, we took Leffler off the board accidentally. And, yeah, you could just spend more points on him. So we're probably going to get a commit out of DJ Leffler here if we just do a little bit. And we'll try that. Markel Roll. He's big time into Iowa, unfortunately. We can spend 35 points on him here this week. And now Enrique Minnis. Only 10 hours left, so... Do we want Minnis, Williamson, or Roth the most? We'll spend him on Minnis. We'll get the other 2 next week as long as nothing crazy happens. And as expected, 3-star outside linebacker out of Tampa, Florida, DJ Leffler. Well then, Tyler Jefferson has won his 2nd MAC Offensive Player of the Week. This time he does surpass 300 yards passing with 331, 4 touchdowns, no picks. Damn. Well, I'll be damned. CMU just beat the number 14 team in the country, Miami of Ohio, to hand them their 2nd loss and pretty much take them right out of playoff contention. Now we've got Akron. If we could pull something out against 8-2 Ball State, make a bowl game. Haven't focused on a lot of the guys kind of in the middle of the board in a while. Not much we're going to be able to do on Marquise Flowers. Pretty comfortable right now with Odell. Pretty comfortable right now with Lewis. Rowell. I don't know. That's not looking very good. We're going to head back to the prospect list. We don't have a lot of hours to spend, so we might just offer some scholarships here. Well, one last-ditch effort on a fucking fullback, which is just a little bit crazy. But we're going to give it a try with Evan Brutus. It's probably not going to go overly well for us. Let's add a few more to the board here. Back to the board. We'll offer scholarships. That is going to kill our hours for the week. Well, a sliver of good news on the recruiting trail. DeAndre Rawls, in-state wide receiver, is a CMU Chippewa. And for the first time this season, we have multiple commits in 1 week. 3-star right tackle Dylan Bragg. We've got even more. 3-star outside linebacker Kevin Kingsbury. Hey, we'll take it. However, Evan Brutus and Marquise Flowers to Michigan State again. 27-7 win to get on the cusp of bowl eligibility here against 8-3 Ball State. This is gonna be challenging. Ooh, 260 hours though. This is good. How are we on these guys? There's some other offers in there. We're still locked out right now because of the deal breaker. Hopefully they turn that around. No worries on Gammon. Eagles. Flowers. How many recruits have we lost to Michigan State? There was 2. Actually, I'm going to keep Brutus on the off chance he decommits. Ash, thank you for the subscription. 7 months. We just had a 6-month one yesterday in Squid. Amari Hicks, I don't have a lot of faith in him decommitting. And then there's always the portal, assuming anyone's going to talk to us. Timothy Roth, Michigan State is once again in on him. Now, he hasn't received an offer from MSU, so he's just really interested in them. We'll get some points spent there. Marco Sparks, he's very early in the recruiting stage. We should jump to the top of his board with this as long as there's no other action. Stephen Tull, that's the fullback to replace Evan Brutus before we even really got to know him. We're just going to do 35 points on all of these guys. Then probably sprinkle them around on some guys that are probably close to committing, because we are going to have some left over. 50 hours left. Who can we try and do something with? We could get a commit out of Gammon. If we just... I mean, I guess we're gonna try and sway him, because we can. None of our grades are really all that good in those interests, but regardless. Nick Foster. Gonna try the same deal, except we can only soft sell. Hey, that's... Oh, no, that is only a 3-star center. I was really excited for a minute. And as expected, we do get a commit from the 3-star athlete that we knew was a tight end in Evan Gammon. And Nick Foster. So 2 of the guys that we went after, that we were already close on. 130 hours left to spend. We're just going to forget about James Van Dyke. And Warren. I mean, we were second on Warren Griffin's board when he committed to Purdue. Yeah, it appears so. Well, and it's so they have their position tendency listed as well, and you can usually you're always going to get a good idea of what position they are just by looking at that. So I saw an athlete that said possession, or I think he was possession. Might have been blocking or I don't know. It just screamed tight end. 130 hours, huh? Shamir Lewis. Let's get some hours in on him. Jump up. Hopefully considerably over Bowling Green, because that's in-conference competition for him. We're actually up there on Markel Roll. If we try and sway and it works, we could certainly jump Iowa here. And proximity to home is one of those, so, hey, we'll try it. Minnis to Illinois. Timothy Roth. Slight lead over Michigan State, but he hasn't even named his top 8 yet. And there's nothing really else we can do. We just kind of have to kind of hope. Marco Sparks. Top of his board. Wish that interest was a little higher, but it is what it is. Tull leading. Behind on Terrell Orr. Okay. Now, this is a little bit of a problem. We're going to want to focus on grades that we do well, even if they're not interests of his. We're going to sell him on proximity to home, but also the playing time because it's an A+. Van Ginkel, all set there. Roland Cashman, not worried. And then now, back to the prospect list. We're just going to look at 3-star prospects at any position that are just open. That's a quarterback. Defensive end. I mean, we've gotten recruits out of Alabama before. Already targeted Roth. Jimmy Roos. Blocking? Oh, he's a tight end. Look for a second. I thought it was an athlete. We're set at tight end for the moment. Linebackers. That's been the majority of our recruits, it seems, so far, as linebackers. Kickers and punters, not a need. Oh? No, he's committed. I don't know why he's here. I don't know why we can do anything with him. Jordan Dykes. Right tackle. And we'll add him to the board. Rashard Ty. Why not? One of the wackiest names I've seen so far in this dynasty. But we already got a 4-star recruit in at quarterback. Another tight end. God damn it. Lloyd Schlesinger. Athlete. Oh, he was a quarterback as well. John DeMarco is a safety. Another safety. Can never have too many offensive linemen. Quan Vereen. Sure. Athlete. Physical. He's either going to be a receiver or a tight end. I'm not really sure. I think physical is only a receiver tendency. Deerfield Beach, Florida. Sure. We got 29 targets on here now. I don't know if we've added too many to the point that we can't offer scholarships to all these guys. Well, let's see how bad it was. I guess it could have been worse. 24-18 loss. Totally forgot to even check this. Ball State, 9-3 though. Gotta imagine they're probably competing for the MAC title. Managed staff. Now, every time we've gone in here, hey, we can finally fire coaches. I've always caught this at the wrong time. We're gonna fire some coaches and try and find some guys. Oh, available next week. Okay. Try and find some guys that are going to be of more of a benefit to us. All right, 100 hours. It's not a lot, but it should allow us to work on these guys down here. Everyone above this is probably already committed. We're right in there with Bowling Green on Shamir Lewis. Roll's still probably going to go to Iowa. Not much we can do about it. Silas Williamson's got offers from Purdue and Wisconsin. Yep, it's going to be all these guys. And we're not going to have to do much. We're the only offers in on the vast majority of them. So we're just going to do the bare little minimum here. And maybe one of them just jumps up. Get those 1-stars. Yeah. Things keep going the way they're going. We're going to have to start targeting 1-stars. All right, well, we spent points on everyone that we hadn't already, that we just added to the board, so that's good. Hiring coaches was available next week. I don't really see that being a thing. Did it just... Wait, what? I am confused. Because I don't know if these were the names of the guys we already had. But they're the same grades. For what might be the 3rd time in this dynasty, a receiver has won the Heisman. Jaron Hamilton out of Alabama. Okay. Now managed staff. Okay, there we go. So it just lied to me about the week that it was. So this is interesting because now there's no grades here, but we can view their talent tree, which could be a big, big thing for us. Josh Mays, the motivator. I mean, there's a C. Is there grades in here? Oh, there is. Okay. Well, let's just look at that. I mean, even those two are already an improvement. So is Mays. Or are they just all C? They're all of them are a C, so we'll try that. And then over here, for the DC spot, all C's, I'd guess. It's appearing that way. C minus. Okay. This guy's Pipeline's Michigan. So that should help out. And maybe we'll stop losing so many recruits to Michigan State. If we can get him. Oh wait, I probably should head into managed staff. We did get both of the guys that we tried to get, so we don't make too much of an improvement. In fact, we may have even lost a little bit of a grade. I can't remember if it was C- or a C+ or whatever it was on our old offensive coordinator. But Josh Mays and James Deal, we do improve a whole grade on the defensive coordinator prestige. So, okay. So, only 3... Oh, no. Oh, no. Only 3 players in the transfer portal, and look who one of them is. Jose Ortega. I'm afraid. I don't even want to hit the button. Damn it, man. We didn't try and recruit a running back because we thought we were going to have Ortega. No, he spends 1 year at Central and then transfers. Seth Mangum, also looking to transfer. We don't persuade him either. 0 for 3. 3-star Jake Odell. That's not... It doesn't really make up for the loss of Ortega. We never even got to play a game with him. Well, we better hope there's something good going in the transfer portal because, oh, God. There's only 2 players, it does appear, that might even consider us. Like, even this guy we're 9th on, we won't even get to talk to. 2-star and a 1-star. At this point, we need to try. We just need bodies. Losing guys left and right. Tyreek Homer. I don't even care that they're both middle linebackers. We just need people on this team. Gordon Van Ginkel, 3-star center. 3 stars don't excite me anymore, even though that's pretty much all we're getting. We should also take a look at just the regular old prospect list and see if there's anybody that's open still of any sort in the recommended. Do you have a 3-star right tackle in here that we could probably sneak in on? Any running backs? If they're running backs, all of a sudden it's a massive need for us. And there actually is. There's a good chunk of running backs that are still open. Emmett Wall, Frank Poindexter, Antoine Kendricks, Matt Cahill. We are also still in on Marco Sparks, though. And we're looking pretty good when it comes to Sparks. So maybe it's not as desperate as we think it is. Emmett Wall is the highest rated of any of them, so we'll add him to the board. And that's actually all of our targets. So Everett was one of the guys that had us on the deal breaker. He did go to Wisconsin. That's not gonna that's not gonna change. Stick has been committed to West Virginia for a long time. Jimmy Session, I mean, we're still locked out, but there's a decent chance we could still get him, and I mean that'd be massive. Any 4 stars we can get is going to be a good thing for us. Lewis goes to Bowling Green. Roll goes to Iowa. Williamson to Wisconsin. We still got 30 targets here. All right, Orr to Michigan State. Everyone else is a possibility. Added a couple more guys to the board just to have some players, even though they're 1-stars. It's kind of all we have hope of right now. So of all these open guys, let's see where we're at. We could probably get Timmy Roth here by just doing... We probably don't even have to do this much, but we have so many hours, I think we're going to be okay. Marco Sparks, we might be able to get him to commit. At least kind of soften the blow of losing Jose Ortega. Top 3 here for Stephen Tull. We are leading. We should be leading after that. Cashman, another 3-star. Now, this is going to be tough because Sermon would actually really like to go to Clemson from the looks of it. Clemson hasn't offered him yet, though. Now, I suppose he could walk on. But us and I think that's Georgia Southern are the only offers in on him. Competing with Mizzou for Gervonta Dykes. Competing with Virginia for Rashard Ty. And there's one more week after this before signing day. Perkins has an offer from Rutgers, but we have made the top 5. Feel like we just need to put together a couple good seasons, and then all of a sudden things are going to kind of turn around for us, hopefully. Get our prestige up there a little bit, and we can start looking a little deeper. Floyd Sullivan was a 2-star desperation pick here. Eastern Michigan is in on him. 120 hours left. We got guys down here we really should spend those points on instead. It's kind of the same strategy as last year. Very panic style of recruiting. Tried to shoot our shot in the early stages and then... Oh, we're out of hours. All right, well, we'll do a little bit here on Sharif St. John. That's it. Greg DeVries. Which might even be our second Greg DeVries. I feel like we targeted one earlier. Might be wrong. He's a 1-star anyway. So. Now, I could be wrong. I think this is the other guy that had us locked out for a really long time because of a deal breaker. And, yep, we never left first on his board. So, Jimmy Session does commit to CMU. Timothy Roth, 3-star wide receiver, does as well. 3-star cornerback Roland Cashman. Now, we did lose a couple to Eastern Michigan, but those were the panic additions to the board. Only 165 hours. We're going to want to spend these wisely. Marco Sparks is in a pretty good place to come here. Not super worried. Stephen Tull was the other fullback. If we miss out on a fullback in this class, it is what it is. Our guys are still going to be around for another year or two. But I was trying to think ahead a little bit. Never want to be without a fullback. We're losing ground on Sermons here. So we're going to have to try and do something because Clemson is lurking. Focus on his interests and move right along. Dykes. We're not that far behind Mizzou. I think there's a chance if this sway has a maximum effect here. Now, the chances of that happening aren't very good, but hey, we can try. Ty, he's looking at Virginia pretty closely. Perkins, we lead, but it's kind of close with Ohio State, who hasn't offered him yet, though. I like where we are when it comes to Greg Perkins. Vereen, not a concern. Saldiveri, not really a concern. Brown, Sullivan, and Tyreek Homer off the board. They went to Eastern. And we're the only offers in on all these guys down here. However, we do want to spend our hours. Don't want to leave those behind. 40 hours left. I think we go and try and soft sell 2 of these guys. So, Emmett Wall. Oh, we can't. Okay, well, we'll do what we can. which might just be this until we're out of hours. It appears that's going to be our chance. Oh, no. We can go up here on Tull. Go up here on Sparks. And that does it. One last chance, and we only got 65 hours. It does not appear that Brutus is reopening his recruitment. That sucks just a little bit. Now, where are we going to be able to spend these points now? We can't really do much of anything. Outside of, like, St. John and probably DeVries, the 1-stars, but... Hey, we gotta try something. I guess we didn't search the social media of Brown. Now, we can also some of these guys. Let's try on... Oh, no, we can do it on Ty, but everyone else? Perkins. I'm not really worried about Perkins. Vereen. Not really worried about any of them, so I guess we'll go and do this with Perkins. There we go. Vereen. Not worried again, but we're going to do it anyway. And then, one last one. Our final recruiting action of the year. Might as well be Saldivari. How do you pronounce that here? Just because Ole Miss is lurking just a little bit. So it should be National Signing Day. We're working on Marco Sparks for the majority of the season. Didn't really ever need to do too much with him. But he commits to Central. Stephen Tull, the fullback. We do have a fullback recruit. I was getting a little worried about that one. Saldivari, another wide receiver. Zach Brown, the center. The 1-star receiver in Greg DeVries. 3-star defensive tackle, George Sermons. Greg Perkins, the right tackle. Quan Vereen, 3-star receiver. Manny Valos, 3-star right tackle. Anthony Cotia, 3-star tight end that we didn't even need. Emmett Wall, we do bring in a couple of running backs to soften the blow of losing Ortega just a little bit. And that is our National Signing Day. We only lose out on Richard Ty to Virginia. And custom schedules, what does this have for us this year? Charlotte. Oh, okay. That's a little interesting. I don't know if we want to be scheduling ourselves against ranked opponents right now. I want to get back to making a bowl game, and a tougher non-conference with ranked opponents has just not been the way to do it. So we're going to schedule a little softer. So give me, like, East Carolina. Didn't have a great time against an FCS team last year, but sure, it works. Oregon State, don't think I want to do that either. Schedule Coastal Carolina. Little throwback to year 1. Make that a home game. Make East Carolina a home game. So our first chance to take a look at the roster and take a look at the development traits of our freshmen. I'm really leaning towards starting Leon Kearns. Dev trait? Oh, normal. A little unfortunate, but he's already 76 overall, so we might be able to get him into the mid-80s by the time he's graduating, assuming he stays. We haven't had very good luck with 4-stars. We do actually have an 85 overall running back in Brock Townsend. So we're not as bad off as I would have thought. Now, the only freshman we have in here is Marco Sparks. Normal development. Not exactly ideal, but what about the sophomore transfer, Emmett Wall? He's also normal. Oof. Fullback. Wade Benedict is actually better than David McAllister somehow. We did bring in one freshman in Stephen Tull. I don't even know if fullbacks can have good dev traits. He's also normal. We got a bunch of receivers on this team. Let's take a look at the development traits of the 5 freshmen that we brought in. I'm not really hoping for much. We haven't had a single thing above normal yet, which is not good. Roth. He's also normal. Rawls. 57 overall. Normal. Not a good recruiting cycle thus far. Greg DeVries, the 1-star. You guessed it, normal. All right. Tight ends, we added 2 freshmen. Kuti, he's normal. But we do still have Enrique Beckham, hopefully for 2 years. He's an 83 overall. What about Gammon? Still normal. Ouch. Cody Body, don't have any left guards. We got a bunch of centers. Jimmy Sessions, he's normal development. Zach Brown. Finally, somebody that isn't normal development. We do have an impact development in 3-star center, Zach Brown. Nick Foster. We really should have probably switched some of these guys to guard. They're probably going to play there anyway. Impact development on Foster. Van Ginkel, normal, as expected. But I think this is our biggest recruiting class. Dylan Bragg, normal. Oof. Valos, impact. We haven't had a star development yet this year. I'm actually not certain we're going to get one. Jake Odell is normal. Sharif St. John, I think he was also a 1-star. Wait, I'm sorry. No, that's the wrong player. 86. No, we want to look at St. John. He's normal. Had a moment of, oh my god. George Sherman does start out at 72 overall. He's impact development. Slight wins. I wasn't even going to add a defensive tackle this year. We didn't need to. Sam Warrior starts out at a 74. He'd start over the only upperclassman on the team, Trevor Fellows, at the middle linebacker position. Sam Warrior, impact. Ooh, he's got the crop top jersey. We don't have many of those. Kevin Kingsbury. Ooh, star development for what position was he? Right outside linebacker. I mean, it's going to take him a while to get there. Probably won't start for a couple years, but that's solid. Only 1 freshman corner. That was a big blow. Roland Cashman's normal. Safety. Didn't add anyone there. Oh, God. We only have 1 strong safety on the roster. Oof. Didn't realize that. Eric Ayu is looking like he's going to be the kicker. 78 overall. Accuracy's a little low, but power's good. And then punter, redshirt sophomore, Jeremiah Lichtensteiger.